The beautiful ancient Spanish city of Zaragoza in the province of Aragon plays host to many incredible activities, from its folklore to its cuisine and the famous Fiestas del Pilar. But this weekend, it's racing, and of course the world of OK and OK Junior karting on the Circuito Internacional Zuera. It's the third time that Champions of the Future has raced here in as many years, and it's going to be just as exciting as ever. At 1.7 kilometers, the Circuito Internacional Zuera is one of the fastest and longest circuits in Europe, with 10 right-handers, 5 left-handers, and some of the longest and fastest straights in the sport. And of course here, engine power and slipstreaming are crucial to getting good lap times and great race pace. The top speeds here can reach 140 kilometers an hour, and it's obviously going to provide a lot of G-forces and therefore physicality and demand on the body. The first sector is particularly high speed, with the slowest corner on the track at turn 4, resulting in fast straights but also one of the heaviest of braking points that the drivers will ever face in a karting season. The second sector gives the sport one of its toughest corners, with a fast-flowing but very tightening left-hander that puts a lot of demand on the body and the kart chassis. So obviously, drivers are having to balance their setup and their tyre pressures as they go through. In the third sector, the corners open up and are a little bit more dynamic. You've got a lot of overtaking opportunities with a lot of high tyre degradation, which means a lot of hard work from the drivers through the course of the weekend as they balance the speed with the grip. With this being the second round of the Euro Series, it's obviously still very much open season as far as the title fight is concerned. There are 3 drivers covered by just 2 points in the junior category, and it's incredibly even and open in the OK senior category, with many drivers contesting the victory. And obviously, with the weather conditions being beautiful and perfect, it's all going to come down to tyre strategy, gamesmanship, and great racecraft. Who has the best engine and who has the best slipstream skills will be the ones rewarded on the top step of the podium.
I really like this track, yeah, because of really fast corner and along the straight. The sprocket is very important, but sometimes even if you are short sprocket, like really big, and you have correct carburation, the engine looks quite okay, yeah. Then the most things for me is the carburation, yeah. For sure it's very important, also the sprocket, but the mostly thing is this. If you are so rich, it's difficult on the top, yeah. If you are so lean, it's difficult on the bottom. And because of that, we always control the piston, because on the piston, especially in category OK, we see very well how working the engine. We change a little bit things on the carburetor, like pressure, like the membranes and something like that, yeah, for works in a little bit different part of the engine. It's not so easy, yeah, working with the top team, yeah. Then sometimes it's a little bit difficult to find everything correct for everyone, yeah. But like I always say to everyone, we make as soon as possible, and also we want to win the race because it's really good publicity for us.
Yeah, Zuera, it offers many different challenges, with long straights, fast-flowing corners, some technical, little bit more tight technical parts to the track as well. So it's really quite difficult to find the perfect setup regarding sprocket. The drivers sometimes, they would like to have the grip in the fast corners, but also then you need to have the chassis so it releases and is free in the tighter stuff. So it's not easy. With the new tyre, you can maybe go more long with the sprocket and try to win some advantage in the straights, but it all depends on the position the driver finds himself. It's quite technical, difficult for the drivers to manage. Actually, the last few races, the chassis worked really well for us, and I think we've found that we have some advantage with the tyre condition when we arrive to the later heats. We've worked really hard at the beginning part of the season, introduced some new upgrades, if you like, and yeah, it all seems to be coming together. The drivers are happy, the engine tuner's happy, so hopefully all going in the right direction.
So let's turn our attention to the OK Junior category with 70 racers from all 6 continents around the world. And let's not forget that after the first round of the championship at Portimao, there are 3 drivers who are separated by just 2 points, with Kirill Dzitiev at the top and Nathan Tai and Alexander Bondarev giving chase. And here at Zuera, there's going to be plenty of opportunities for many more drivers to hit the top spot of the podium. So let's see how it plays out.
Before the second round, I feel confidence because I showed that I can win also the race. There are a lot of places for overtake, but still the quality is the most important for this race. So difficult to survive your tires more than free practice because here is so hot. I don't think that it's gonna be very difficult because that what happened in Portimao was the result of my hard job. Everyone in front of me is my rival and it doesn't matter who it is because I can beat them.
The OK Junior battle has been very close between the junior competitors thus far, so we could be in for an exciting conclusion to a tough race battle this weekend. Pole position, Nathan Tai for Sony Kart, fastest in timed qualifying, 5 heat wins out of 5, and top 3 in the super heat. He could be about to give Sony Kart their first Champions of the Future final win. From France, Jules Caranta for Energy Course, his best performance yet in OKJ, and never lower than the top 5 all weekend. He could be about to upset the established guard at the front. P3, Miguel Costa steps up to the plate for the Sauber Academy. The Brazilian has beaten Tai in a straight fight in the earlier superheat, so the pressure is on to do it again. P4, Anatoly Kavalkin for Paralin Motorsport. He will line up on the outer side of the second row after a tough battle throughout the weekend. Tiziano Monza of Singapore, winner of the superheat for DPK Racing and the Alonso Kart chassis, in P5 on the grid and the inside of row 3. And for Poland, Jan Brzezowski did exactly the same thing in the second superheat for the Tony Kart factory team. It'll be fascinating to see if he can get the job done in the race that counts. 7th position on the grid for Dmitry Matveev, who's having a whirlwind 2022 season for the Koski Motorsport team aboard his Tony Kart. What can he do from P7 on the grid? We're racing at Zuera. Good start from Nathan Tai. A little bit of a twitch on the inside line as that is Jules Caranta trying to break into the top 3. He's managed to get tucked in there behind Costa and Monza. And as the field squirts through turn 2, everybody's kept it on the straight and narrow. Nathan Tai in front of Costa, Monza, and then Jules Caranta with Dmitry Matveev lining up in P5. As the field works its way through the hairpin, a couple of drivers running wide. That looked like Jan Brzezowski going wide, and one of the Ward Racing carts has dropped right to the back of the field after running off on the grass. On the inside, that's Matveev going for Jules Caranta. He gets thrown up at a 4th position, and Len Nyes, the Belgian, is trying to go with him. Caranta's trying to squeeze him out, which he does. Here comes Matveev on the inside of Monza. He gets him into the inside line. Caranta trying to hold back Nyes, but he's lost ground to Nyes and Kavalkin. And there's yellow flags down at the hairpin again, I do believe. More problems as we've had somebody go into the barriers at turn 5. Here comes Costa. Miguel Costa takes the lead from Nathan Tai. Dmitry Matveev goes with him. So that is the move from Miguel Costa to take the lead. The Brazilian now leading in front of the Koski Motorsport kart of Dmitry Matveev. Matveev goes for the lead. Nathan Tai tries to squeeze alongside Miguel Costa as well. Costa won't let that happen, but Matveev hits the front. Trying to dive in on the inside. There goes Nathan Tai. Monza's going through on the inside of Costa as well. And there's a couple of drivers kicking up the dust as Jan Brzezowski gets the fastest lap of the race. Now Brzezowski is in 12th position. He had a bit of a moment on the opening lap. Oh, that's one of the Birilar drivers walking away. And I have a feeling that is the 46 that's come off the road. So that is very unfortunate indeed. But we have another retirement, and that is Kirill Kutskov. Nyes is looking very hungry in behind Miguel Costa. Here he goes for the move into 3rd position, and Len Nyes is now looking at a podium spot here at Zuera. Here comes the move on the inside. Nice move from Kavalkin. He gets through on Miguel Costa as Alexander Bondarev sets the fastest lap of the race and gets past Tiziano Monza. Up into P6 then for the young man from Ukraine on the Ricky Flynn Motorsport machine. Meanwhile, Bondarev is going to dive on the inside of Miguel Costa, and this time he does get the overtake. So Alexander Bondarev up into 5th position. Costa is going to have some pressure from Tiziano Monza. Kavalkin going to slide in for a chance to get through on Len Nyes, and he's through. Nice move from the Paralin Motorsport driver. Cardenas is going to try and go for the move on the inside of Bondarev. Yeah, that's not going to work, and Monza's going to lose out to Molnar in the chain reaction. So Costa holds on from Bondarev. Bondarev tries to defend from Cardenas. Cardenas just rubs wheels with Bondarev. That's got Bondarev a little bit offline. So now he's got to slide in to protect the position. Molnar trying to cut in as well. And Bondarev drifts out because there is the move from Andres Cardenas. He gets through in position. Martin Molnar trying to come past as well. So Dmitry Matveev, just as he did in the mini category in Champions of the Future a few years ago, is now going to come through and do it once again here at Zuera in OK Junior. He will cross the line first. Dmitry Matveev takes the checkered flag, pats the Koski Motorsport machine. He is ecstatic. Dmitry Matveev triumphs in Zuera. Well, a great drive, and Matveev is enjoying the moment out there in the lead. What a performance from the Koski Motorsport driver. Dmitry Matveev is going to come through to claim the victory. He wins ahead of Nathan Tai and Anatoly Kavalkin. Len Nyes in fourth position from Miguel Costa, Andres Cardenas and Martin Molnar. Jan Pisodowski and the top 10 completed by Alexander Bondarev and Jules Caranta ahead of Tiziano Monza. In third position, representing the Paralin Motorsport team, Anatoly Kavalkin. It's second position for the United Kingdom and Sony Kart, Nathan Tai. But your race winner for the Koski Motorsport squad, Dmitry Matveev. Your OK Junior podium at Zuera.
It's amazing for me because all the weekend we were struggling with the pace, and for some reasons I couldn't get it. And in the heats, just needed to finish as in front as I could to start super heat and the final in front. So I did that work and started inside in the final, which really helped me from the start. I don't know where I got from the start, but I gained some positions and then just tried to overtake everyone as fast as I could. I wasn't expecting that, but I have no words now because I'm super happy about that, and want to say a big thank you for Koski Motorsport for not giving up and working with me to get the pace, and for sure for One Engines for the power in the engine. Well done, guys. Thank you so much.
So that was the juniors. Now we move on to the OK Seniors, and this is for the category for drivers who are aged 14 and over. After Portugal, there's already a lot of questions unanswered, but things are going to be slightly more aggressive this time out. At Portimao, there were a lot of bumps to contend with, as well as low tyre pressures. Now the pressures are going to increase as the temperature does too. And with this circuit being a little bit flatter, drivers and teams can afford to be a little bit more aggressive in terms of their overall strategy. And with the title fight still wide open, there are a lot of contenders, such as Thomas Stolchemanis, Joe Turney and Luigi Coluccio, who'll be out to get onto the top of the standings. But there's plenty of other drivers in the battle who'll want to get there too.
I think it has been a good year for us from first year in OK Senior. It's a good results also, and I think we can improve that. I think you cannot predict your speed, how is it gonna be in future, but you can try your best and then you will see the results.
Multiple race winners across the 15 heats and 2 super heats leading up to this final. Not one driver has been able to maintain their winning streak. Tough to know who will make it happen. From pole position, Joe Turney, the captain of the ship of the Tony Kart Racing team. He's been almost invincible all weekend, and this could be his big chance to dominate here in Zuera. But alongside him on the grid, the reigning vice world champion, Luigi Coluccio, very much carrying on in the mantle of the great Marco Ardigo at the Tony Kart team. The Italian stallion is going to come to conquer here in Spain. But cometh the hour in third position, the Jamaican sensation himself, Alex Powell, lining up third on the grid, the Mercedes F1 Junior, lining in the best possible starting position to chase down Joe Turney, the inside of row 2. However, there is a sting in the tail. Ian Eichmans of the Eichmans Grand Prix Racing Team could well be a threat here as he charges his way forward from the second row of the starting grid. Last year's Junior World Champion takes up row 3 of the grid on the inside. That is the youngster from Japan, Kian Nakamura-Berta for the Car Republic Motorsport team. But one of the stars of the weekend for the Koski Motorsport team, Finland's Emili Koivisto, easily for me the driver of the weekend so far in OK Senior. He really has turned his form around, and this could be permanent as far as he is concerned. Engine revs rise. Let's race at Zuera. Up to the first corner and a great start for Joe Turney. Alex Powell's going to go with him. Coluccio's going to hold it round the outside and actually cut between the two of them. So it's Tony Cards 1 and 2. There's an off in the background. Someone skating onto the grass. Alex Powell has been able to hold third in front of Ian Eichmans. And Emili Koivisto, I think that is getting a good start, unless that's his teammate David Walter. Kia Nakamura-Berta not getting the best of launches. And that is one of the Birolats. Oh, and there's an off around turn 5. Couple of drivers dropping it there. Oh, and that's two carts that have come together. That is the CRG out of action. That is, I'm afraid, a big problem for Victor Gustafsson, and he's gone off there with Marlo Bollier. They come together up at the top end as Powell gets through in a second and Eichmans gets through to third at the expense of Luigi Coluccio, who is now trying to fend off from Kia Nakamura-Berta. As Powell protects his position from Eichmans, and there goes Kia Nakamura-Berta on the inside of Luigi Coluccio. So a great start, but Coluccio is going to drop back down the field in this one. Eichmans is already starting to have a go at Powell. Powell chops across. Don't even think about it. As up the inside, Powell goes for the lead. Nakamura-Berta goes for third. And Coluccio's going to get the switcheroo on Ian Eichmans, who drifts wide and drops behind Evan Gilter, with Freddie Slater now hunting for a move of his own. And that means that Alex Powell now takes the lead. The Jamaican is up into first position. So Pedersen trying to get into ninth place. There's Nakamura-Berta. He takes on Joe Turney. So Nakamura-Berta gets into second position. That's not in the script for Joe Turney as Enzo Deligny charges his way forward. Such a tough battle. As up the inside, oh, Coluccio gets wheel to wheel with his teammate Joe Turney. That was almost civil war there between the two Tony Karts, and Evan Gilter splits them. There goes Coluccio back on the inside of Gilter to get through into fourth place. Here comes Nakamura-Berta, and he takes the lead. Kia Nakamura-Berta through turn 4, and he now leads here in Zuera in the Champions of the Future Euro Series OK Final of 2022. Here comes Deligny going for his move on Coluccio. It's late. Coluccio turns in, and Deligny is going to squeeze him on the exit. Coluccio's not happy about it. So Coluccio holds on for the inside. Deligny trying to drive right round the outside. That was brave. It was never going to work. But Deligny absolutely committed to trying to get past Coluccio. Here he goes again. And this time Deligny makes the move stick. Excellent from the Frenchman. And he now gets through. And he's not the only one. Eichmans gets past as well. But that has definitely dropped them from the leading trio. And on the inside, that's Freddie Slater charging in on Coluccio. Thank you very much, but he drifts out a little too wide. Now he's going to try and keep Coluccio back. Elbows out for Freddie Slater. And there goes Igotzi. He gets the move on Oscar Pedersen. Here comes Deligny. Oh, lovely. Squeezes Turney on the apex. Finds the smallest gap in history and moves up. And now Ian Eichmans is going to do the same move on Joe Turney. Turney's trying to keep him back, but it's too late. Eichmans is through. They are close, and he'll want to get past Powell sooner rather than later. Here he goes on the inside. Lovely from Enzo Deligny. Into second position for the Paralympic driver. Here comes Eichmans on the inside as Thomas Stolchamanis has picked up a warning flag. That is controversial. Here comes Turney on the inside of Powell, just to add insult to injury. And Joe Turney gets through into fourth position past the Jamaican. Oh, and that's a spin-off for one of the Koskis. Is that Koivisto? It is. His brilliant weekend has come to nothing in the final. Poor Emili Koivisto. For me, he's been the driver of the weekend in senior. What a shame. It all comes undone in the last race of the weekend. His third weekend in Champions of the Future as a senior in the Euro Series. It's going to be a fantastic victory for Kia Nakamura-Berta. The Car Republic Motorsport driver comes of age in senior in magnificent fashion. Kia Nakamura-Berta wins at Zuera. Brilliant race. What a drive. Magic. Superb performance. And from fifth on the starting grid, the inside of row 3, Kia Nakamura-Berta has charged his way to the victory with an absolutely emphatic drive. An awesome drive from Kier Nakamura-Berta. He wins from Enzo Deligny and Ian Eichmanns on the podium. Joe Turney is 4th and the new series leader. Alex Powell in 5th from Oscar Pedersen and James Igozzi. Luigi Coluccio is 8th from Maxim Rem, and rounding out the top 10, Christian Bertucca. In 3rd position, representing Eichmanns Grand Prix and Belgium, Ian Eichmanns. In 2nd position, representing Paralin Motorsport and France, Enzo Deligny. But your race winner, representing Kart Republic Motorsport and the United Kingdom, Kier Nakamura-Berta.
I managed to get quite a good start, managed to slot into 6th. From there, I just slowly picked them one by one. Tried to conserve the tyres as much as I could, as they'd burn a lot on this warm Zuera circuit, but yeah. I got to thank the team for everything. They did an amazing job. So Yami, Bruno, he did amazing. Alpine Academy and my sponsor Buzz.
A sensational pair of finals here at Zuera. Neither of the drivers starting on pole position in either junior or senior OK classes were able to come through for the win, but we definitely have 2 new championship leaders. So onwards to the next round of the championship next month at Kristianstad in Sweden. It's going to be amazing. Join us there.